Howdy, partner. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about one simple thing, okay? And that's the fact that ignorance is truly bliss. We're going to talk about what that statement literally means and a few instances over this last week that has made me think about that. All that and more coming right after the intro. Woo! Yeah, boys, we back and we're looking better, okay? Because just for y'all, I'm gonna turn the camera around, okay? I'm gonna give y'all the true behind the scenes because I finally brought out one of my big studio lights. You could probably see it in my glasses, but I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod real quick. So just let me cook. We lit. So yeah, for all of the people who are listening, there you go. There's your screen, okay? But yeah, this is oh my God, you can't see anything. This is the big camera I was talking about right here. Not camera, but the display. Not the display, the light. We're keeping this in because on the Positivity Hour, anything you say can and will be used in the final edit. So let me get y'all back on the tripod. Y'all can look at me in the glass real quick. Look at me, wazam, goal boards. And let's go. I just want to let you know, 99% of people would have cut that out because obviously that serves no use for most people. But for me and us here at the Positivity Hour podcast, I'm your host, Darshaun Smith, if you didn't know, that serves a great use because it plays in today's, theme, that ignorance is bliss. You didn't know what changed, but you just know something was better. Because if you watched that last episode, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. That was probably the worst recorded video I've ever actually published because the lighting, simply put, was just trash. Because I was using this little battery-powered light, and it happened to not be strong enough, one, so when I was trying degrading S-Log, it didn't have enough light to properly expose the shot. And then two, oh my goodness, it started to die halfway through the dang episode. And then I saw it like slowly fading, but I didn't think it would be like that bad. And then I look at the video footage when I come back to edit it, and I'm like, what are we doing, folks? So yeah, I found a better setup for my room here. Still got the two lights in the background. I think I inversed them. I don't know. I didn't really check. Get the bread shirt is still over there. Merch coming soon. As you can tell, that was just a very rough design to say I made something. I made more stuff. I gave it to some family, and I don't know what they did with it. But hey, at least I still got to get the bread shirt. And yeah, today's time capsule. I'm actually going to make an animation for this and put this in at some point. But for today's time capsule on February 9th, 2025, I just want to read you, and I'm going to put this in the video, a string of tweets that was that just appeared yesterday, and I can't believe the world we're living in right now. I'm gonna read these for you, obviously, but if you're watching the video, you'll be able to read along. So let me talk close to the mic, and so you can follow along. I'm just messing with you. This is not an ASMR stream. I'd have to lose some pounds and get a pool for that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, first tweet is from Elon Musk. It says, I love @real Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. And I'm just like, okay, brother, that's pretty cool. The very next tweet below that is Kanye West in all caps. I'm a Nazi. I'm just like, what are we doing, brother? What are we doing? Next tweet after that is Donald J. Trump. Okay. Literally screenshotting his other account on Truth Social and then saying, I will be signing an executive order next week ending the ridiculous Biden push for paper straws, which don't work, back to plastic in all caps, ! Okay, buddy. Ye then said, I turned down 3 pictures this week with Make-A-Wish kids in wheelchairs. What are we doing, brother? That is crazy. This is not the positive energy we're trying to put out into the world, but I just want to let y'all know what we're up against. That's why we're putting this in the time capsule so we can document where the world is currently at in 2025. last tweet here is from David Portnoy. The guy who started Barstool Sports, sold it for a couple billion or whatever. He kind of got that money on. David Portnoy, not David, but Dave Portnoy said, Davey learned how to trade shitcoin, and it is already up 1,000,000,000%. I added the it on my first one. He made like $6,000. So, yeah. At first it was penny stocks from the Wolf of Wall Street, and now it's meme coins and pump and dumps. So, yeah, let the rich get richer, they say. All that being said, to summarize everything that's kind of going on throughout this last week, there's just a lot of controversy. Obviously, a lot of people have a lot of strong opinions in favor and not in favor of some certain things. Some left-leaning, some right-leaning, some up, some down, some positive, some negative. And I try to tell people this all the time, that everything that we're witnessing to some degree has been going on since the dawn of time. The only difference about all of this is that we now have social media, like I was just showing you, and we can, talk about it more freely, or we can see more than what is just told by the person riding by on the horse, like Paul Revere did all those years ago. I say all that to say that ignorance is bliss, and that's the end of this segment. Let's just hop into the main topic, okay? Hopefully, I'm actually going to do the timestamps, and I say hopefully because I'm going to do it now because I brought it up. So if you clicked in at this very moment, welcome to the main topic. Let's go. Ignorance is bliss, y'all. From a very literal perspective, like, ignorance is bliss. Let me just define the word ignorance for you before I give you my definition of what ignorance is bliss is, okay? We'll start with ignore, okay? The word ignore, I-G-N-O-R-E, is to refuse to take notice of or acknowledge, semicolon rather, disregard intentionally. I'm going to take a screenshot of this as well and put it in the video for those who want to read along. Now let's move to the word ignorance, okay? Or I guess ignorant is the next version of that. Ignorant is I-G-N-O-R-A-N-T. It is an adjective lacking knowledge or awareness in general, semicolon, uneducated or unsophisticated. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Lastly, let's do ignorance, okay? It's just good to define these words, one of the biggest things I've found in my 23 and a half years on this planet is, especially in the modern era, we just talk, bro. Like, we just yap. We're all professional yappers. And very rarely do we actually think about what we're saying, if that makes sense. But very rarely do we actually think about what we are saying. Like, we don't think about what the words mean, and then we don't think literally about what the words mean, okay? If you could keep up with me, you smart, you loyal. But yeah, let's get into this last definition. Ignorance. Put a screenshot of this as well, Darshaun, in the post. Ignorance is a noun that means, quote, a lack of knowledge, education, or awareness. So now that we've had 3 different variations of the same word that you could use in your Scrabble puzzle, random mama watching this, let's talk about how ignorance is truly bliss. If you don't know that something is going on, you can't be affected by it, simply put. That being said, as an educated black man in America, but even more so just as a person who tries to stay up to date on current events or has a podcast or some social media platform where I try to spread positivity or insights about my own life that can maybe help you as well into the world. Even if I wanted to not acknowledge something or pretend like I didn't know it existed, like I said in that tweet I just read, y'all, it obviously exists, okay? Like, Kanye, low-key, maybe a little crazy. Is everything he's saying super out of pocket? Maybe. Who am I to tell? The truth always lies between 2 extremes. Maybe like 90% of what he's saying is crazy, but what if 10% of it is right? Are we just gonna like neglect that? Now, I'm not going to get into some conspiracy theory, and I'm not trying to get myself canceled today, especially over Kanye. I'd get myself canceled over myself, okay? But not over another man. That's crazy. But I'll stand on my own beliefs. I'll stand on business because, like I said, at the Positivity Hour podcast, anything you say can and will be used in the final edit. We don't cut nothing, okay? We don't beep nothing. We don't edit nothing. It's just like bam, boom, 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 boom. True, authentic talk to camera self, or talking to the mic self. I like how, if y'all can see, I always try to put the screen where the recording is at so you can, see the waveforms. Let's get back on topic. Because if you didn't know that, you would be ignorant, you would be in this mind state of bliss. That being said, it doesn't just have to do with social media or the low-key neo-Nazism, I just made that word up, that is going on in our world. It could be, the homeless population. It could be one's lack of food. It could be, one's lack of clothing or education. Notice how a lot of the things I'm mentioning are very primitive in nature, air quotes for those who can't see, that have to do with, us, most of the people watching or listening to this, being in a developed nation to some degree. And even just saying developed nation, that we, like I said in the earlier part, that we don't think about the words we're saying. To be in a developed nation means that there are undeveloped nations as well, because someone has to be exploited, okay? Someone has to get these resources from A to B so that the B communities can thrive and the A communities can just, get by a little bit. Ignorance is bliss. Do you know where the uranium came from that's powering your local nuclear power plant that turned your lights on this morning? No, ignorance is bliss. Do you know where the strawberries that you are eating right now, probably listening to this, came from? I don't know. Ignorance is bliss. I could keep going with examples after example after example, but simply put, when you start to figure out what's going on in the world, or more importantly, like I was talking about in the last podcast episode, make up your own damn mind about what you want to believe about the world, you start to understand that, one, everyone's just faking it till they're making it, okay? Two, no one's really doing it 100%. And three, you're going to be a lot more happy if you just make up your own mind, okay? Yes, ignorance is bliss, and sometimes that blissful state of the peace that comes with not knowing that this genocide or this murder or this, disproportionate behavior is going on in the world can be, enjoyable. Let's just be honest with it, okay? Like, it is sometimes pretty nice to not think about the starving kids in Africa. Sometimes it is pretty nice not to think about how you can't do anything to help the homeless person you have to drive by every day in the morning. Sometimes sometimes it's just nice to know that, okay? Ignorance is bliss. But if you allow yourself, let's just say hypothetically to, think about these thoughts, and to use them to formulate your next steps or your next actions. Like what does that do for you? It depends on you. Make up your own damn mind. Are you the type of person that's going to be like, okay, I can't help you right now, but I'm going to try to reach out to someone who can, maybe get that homeless person a hotel room for the weekend and try to get them a job at McDonald's just so they can get started doing something, okay? Or are you the type of person where it's like, I'm just going to take a different road? Because if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. I'm not saying either one is bad. This is the Positivity Hour. Yes, we're all about positivity, but we're all about, self-improvement, making you feel better, making the world a better place. And I'm not going to lie, I've had some conversations with some homeless people here in Iowa City and Cedar Rapids and such. Not all of them like being housed, okay? Some of them like being unhoused or homeless, as I've been saying, because ignorance is bliss. It goes both ways, okay? Stay with me now. I had a conversation with this person named Mikey, okay? He hangs out by Poncheros on the main strip here in Iowa City by the University of Iowa. Homie doesn't have to pay taxes. Homie doesn't have to pay, insurance. Homie doesn't have to pay, a multitude of things that we, as more developed, air quotes, if for those who can't see, people in our society have to worry about. I want to tell you, something that has really blown me away, threw me for a loop in the last couple of days, is figuring out my business tax situation. And not even just business taxes, just taxes in general. Like, because I have, forms here, forms there, bought this, sold that. It's just super complicated. This is the most complicated tax season of my life, and I'm only 23, and it's only going to get worse because I'm making more money, I'm doing more things, and we up, baby, we up. Just know that. But I say all that to say, we are not up. Donate to the cause. I need a haircut. I'm messing with you. But I say all that to say, ignorance is bliss. When I was an 18-year-old, or even when I was 19, and I'm making just a little bit of money, but not enough to report, or I'm still a dependent or whatever, it is what it is. You don't have to worry about these things. But when you have to worry about these things, or when you start to have to think about these things, it can really throw your mental space off. And over this last week, that is very true. So let me just wrap up the whole last story real quick about, Mikey and the homeless versus being unhomeless. I think if you've been paying attention, you can see where I'm going with this. Is, like I said in the last episode, like I've said 2 or 3 times in this episode of the Positivity Hour podcast, hosted by Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God. Make up your own damn mind, okay? Ignorance is bliss, yes. And you can be ignorant by, taking a different road to work. You could be ignorant by being homeless because you don't have to worry about these other outside stressors, and you can live a more primitive, air quotes, life that was more akin to what folks of 10,000 years in human existence had to do, where all you had to figure out is where you were going to sleep and what food you were going to put in your belly. Okay, that's it. Okay, and hopefully not die as well. Number 3, that one's kind of important. Can't leave that one out. That being said, I can go on and on and on about that, but I think you get the point. So looking over here at the recording, we're at 17 minutes strong, more or less. So yeah, I just want to talk, like I said, a little bit more about my week here, about some things that informed me of this episode. And let's get personal. That's what I'm going to call this section. So we got the time capsule section, or time capsule. I said it like a British word, capsule. Time capsule section. Say that 5 times fast. The main topic, okay? And let's get personal. I'm going to make little animations for this at some point. Please, future Darshaun, do it. I don't know if I'll do it by next week, but by March, the goal is to have these by March. So I'll give myself 2 weeks to, actually try and figure this out. Yeah, life's been lifing, bro. Like I was saying, taxes, do your taxes, y'all. Oh my God. It's time for me to get a CPA officially. I'm not going to do it this year. I'm just going to, do my TurboTax thing. But yeah, definitely as I make more money, especially as I make more 1099 money, or in this case, 1040 Schedule C money. I gotta get someone who's a professional on this to figure this out, or figure out sales tax or quarterly tax, and it's a whole thing. So whatever you're doing in life, whatever your situation is, whether you work for someone or you work for yourself, or you do a combination of both, which really sucks, which is what I do, just make sure you're doing your research. Make sure you're just trying to do what you can to not do it wrong, because if you do it wrong, then you're gonna go to jail. So yeah, something slight like that. Outside of that, it's still find a wife season. Not gonna lie, I don't need a wife yet, because I'm 23. I don't need kids yet, but it'd be pretty cool to spend time with someone. Mostly, I want to go out to eat with her. You know what I'm saying? I just want to try new restaurants and things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rich. We're not gonna go there every day, not yet. But hey, bet on this horse. We up, okay? That's a new thing I've been saying as well. That's part 3 of this Let's Get Personal series. We up, we lit, we us. I'm about to put that on a t-shirt. You see the Get the Bread t-shirt over there, over my right shoulder, your left side of the screen. We lit. DSP merch is coming soon. DSP will also give you some Positivity God merch, some Positivity Hour merch. And I just want to let it be known that I actually technically already have a merch website. I'm not gonna plug it super hard here, but from a very technical standpoint, if you wanted to buy it, you could. And yeah, I'm just bringing up the website here just because I want to show you that it exists. So yeah, there you go. You can see the Darshaun Smith logo type thing right there. I'm gonna scroll down so you can see like the Positivity Hour sticker for $6.99. You know what I'm saying? You can get a sticker of the Positivity Hour. Whatchamacallit, I even got I do want to buy some of this. I literally was just making this, like, this is behind the scenes, I guess now. I was just making this for the sole purpose of getting experience making clothing. I didn't buy any of these. I was just like making logos and putting them on t-shirts just to see how it would look. And yeah, that's the Positivity Hour logo on a shirt, which is pretty cool. Crew neck sweatshirt. I got like Get the Bread chains. I got Stay Positive shirts. I got, you know, the Stay Positive, one of the Stay Positive like graphics I had made for a shirt right there. So yeah, just more stuff's coming soon. Okay, I did all of that for the most part in 2024 last year, and it's 2025, and we up. I just want to let y'all know, I'm gonna end the podcast off now. We're around that 20-minute mark. I want to respect your time and understand that I have to do some things today, like finish my taxes. And yeah, we're 0-6 on. We're not recording these on Sunday. Just want to let you know that as well. Just do you, y'all. Live your life for you. It's okay to not be okay. I think that's a very important thing that we all need to be reminded of here and there. The only thing that you need to like remember in remembering that is that you just can't let your emotions affect your actions. Like, it's okay to be sad, okay? It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be frustrated, okay? It's okay to want to shoot someone, okay? It's the problem comes when you actually go and shoot someone, or when you punch that person in the face, or when you snap on your girlfriend, or when you start yelling at the cashier at Aldi because she gave you back 1 extra penny instead of 2 extra pennies, okay? Like, come on, dog. I'm not even just speaking to the men. I'm speaking to the women. I'm speaking to the non-binary folk. I'm speaking to just the random dog listening in the background. Row, row, row. Yeah, I'm speaking to you, okay? It's okay to not be okay. But just live your life and understand that things don't change unless you change, okay? Like, you literally can't get better if you don't get better. Like, you need to change your mindset. You need to level up. You need to understand that you can't have a new reality with your old mentality. That's the quote right there I just read for those who are curious. I could go on and on about, positive, inspirational, motivational stuff that makes me a pimp. But best believe I don't got time for that. And like I said, I don't want to waste your time. So thank you for listening to this Positivity Hour episode 163. Ignorance is Bliss is just what I'm going to title this. This has been a Darshaun Smith production, and I'm your host, Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God, also known as Senor Positivo, okay, in Espanol from me Espanol speakers, okay. That's all I got. Make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, follow, unfollow, share, or report. I don't really care what you do. Make up your own damn mind and do it for the algorithm, or don't. And I'll see you around in the next one. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know what you want to hear about next. Next week's episode will probably be about, I don't know, going outside and touching grass or something. And I'll probably like react to some news articles or something. You'll see. So we'll see you next week. And until we meet again, goodbye. Woo! Bing bong. All right, stop the recording, Darshaun. We gone.
I'm in my G'd up zone. I'm about to get it in, kick your feet up, home. Days turn to weeks when you're always on the grind all night. I got my re-up back. I'm about to get it in, I'll be right back.
Nate, high lows to those who don't know the name. And G'd up, yup, that's the only thing I claim.